That was a good night note. I'm pleased with that. I feel like there were definitely a couple fights where I was sloppy, where I could have done better, but for the most part, I think that was pretty good. Garar's a good guild, so if I manage to outthink them a couple times, I'm pleased with that. Plus, I got to have admin on admin violence with magics. That's always a fun time. All right. So, last time in Factorio, we were building the ship, the final ship. And it's not done yet, but it's getting there. So, this is all the stuff that we still have to figure out how to plug in. And then we also have a ton of turrets that we still need to generate ammunition for. So, we're going to go ahead and get started on that, shall we? The first thing that I'm thinking is I'm going to need this belt to loop wide around here. But I do like the idea that there could be a turbo transport that comes up like this way. Yeah, you can do this. I want a turbo transport that is just a sushi belt for carbonic asteroids. And it's going to sit here, and it's going to handle all of the asteroid supply for these crushers. So you're going to have fast inserters going in, and then you're going to have them pulling out. And then you're going to have the supply belt that comes up like this. That is going to be in charge of putting carbonic asteroids onto this belt. It's going to grab carbonic only. It's going to be wired to that belt. What is taking damage? You don't crush fast enough. How did you get spoilage in you? Alright, I gotta go fix that. Hang on. Oh, you got spoilage in you because the bioflux expired. Yeah, okay. I might need to use burner towers for that instead. It would probably be way safer. Oh well. We gotta go empty that machine out quick though. Yeah, I'm coming. So the problem is here to get that crusher to run. And then it's also here to get that one to run. Why not just add more? Why not just add a few more? Yep, let's definitely add a few more. This is a little messy down here. And then get rid of the ones that are on you. And then speed mod them. Good. I'm going to say hopefully good. But let's make sure that this entire belt clears first. Heating tower would just be way safer to use here, but you can't speed module a heating tower. Which is the main complication. Are you making progress? You are making progress. Yeah, you're drawing this down eventually. It's messy, but you're getting there. All right, I'm going to assume that you work. I'm going to go back to building the spaceship. So the idea here is that you're going to output both carbon and sulfur. We're going to have a belt that runs here. That's not how that's going to work. We're going to have a belt that runs here. And then you're going to have fast inserter. That goes like this. And this is going to put carbon on one side of the belt. And then this is going to put sulfur on the other side. And then we'll just make sure that we're filtering these correctly so that they only use carbonic. And then you're also going to have a circuit condition associated with you. It's going to be when you have less than 40 carbonic asteroid chunks, then you load carbonic onto this belt. You are going to be filtered to sulfur only. You are going to be filtered to carbon only. And then you need 4 chemical plants doing coal synthesis. So you can move these to here. Or to here, I guess. And then you can just have them take right off the belt. You need 1 more space. Well, no, you could also just rotate them. Where are you going to get water from for those, though? Oh, you really didn't leave yourself space for water, did you? No, you did. You did. You thought ahead, fortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that'll reach. Just in case we need water to come down the other side, we'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you 8 or are you 10? 10. So 10 here. This is the master belt. So you might want to slide all of this down by 1. And then slide this down by 1. And then the master belt will come through like this. This water pipe is going to come through like this. Oop, that's not going to work. There you go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. You'll run like this. I guess I can slide you up. So that you're slightly more compact. And then if you're going to do that, you could also just reverse the direction of this whole belt. So you would be grabbing here and here. And then this can just go underground because you're going to need the sulfur and the carbon elsewhere. Explosives take coal and sulfur, and you need 8 of them. So you'll have a belt here. that loads coal onto the far side. So you need a way to get sulfur onto the near side. Which you can do like this. Nope, that'll put it on the far side. Oh no, I can feel the lack of sleep getting to me. There's a way to solve this, man. Get your explosives plants where you want them first. They can come to about here. Engines are going to need to move back as well. Slide them back like here. Also, you're not supposed to be copper from lava. You're supposed to be copper from calcite. But I'll get to you later. So this belt, right? Oh wait, I see it. You go like this. And then like this. And then you have a segment like that. And you are going to pull sulfur. Not all sulfur, but just enough to get sulfur onto this belt, and then this belt will be sulfur plus coal, which can be fed directly into explosive factories. Which can go here. Which can go here. Don't know what I'm going to do with this empty space yet, but we'll figure that out. And then you come straight down like this. You feed in like this, and this is where you terminate. This water belt also comes straight through. This water pipe. So you go under, up, under, up. You'll go like this. Water in. Explosives out. I think that'll just be easier maybe. And then this is the belt that makes rockets. So you're going to make explosives. The only other thing you need for explosives is iron plate. Iron plate you will have on the master belt. So drag the master belt over. This is going to put on... Oh, this is going to put explosives on both sides of that belt. I don't necessarily want that to happen. It's okay. The master belt is probably going to wrap around. In fact, it might just do this. Yeah. And then, yeah. Don't know where you're going to go yet, but I'm going to leave you there as a little reminder. This, happy with this. This works. Don't love that there's empty space here. If I move the explosives down by 1, I could actually fit a foundry there. But then what are you going to put on the other side of the ship? It's like this is going to be the explosives and rockets manufacturing side. You want to leave the other side to do rocket assembly, I feel like. Which, speaking of, you're going to have this belt come through like this. And then like that. You're going to unload. You're going to load. We'll do this all symmetric like. I'm going to have the bulk of my collectors down here. So there's going to be like a little bit of grabbing that goes on at the front with these four. But the majority of asteroids that this ship picks up is actually going to be right here. Let me just add a little bit of shape to you. There. So master belt will come through like this. Unload, unload, unload. Copy this. Flip it horizontally over here. Figure out where that's supposed to line up. It's supposed to line up here, I think. I think that looks right. Yeah, that looks right. None of that is going to be there, though. So that's going to be the rough shape of the ship. And I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks all right. We are going to need rocket launchers down here for sure. We can fit a gun turret here. But not quite there. Well, I guess you have gun turrets like there. You can't fit a rocket turret there, unfortunately. Or maybe you could. Actually, you can. It's gonna shoot real wide, though. Like, you probably don't need it to shoot that. Ah, whatever. So if you come all the way up to here, and then you turn like this, and then you turn like this, then we can grab railgun ammo like that, and we can grab rockets like that. And then copy this over for sure. I don't actually know what direction this belt is supposed to go. No, that's right. That's correct. You're going to come down like this. Why are you express? That should be good. Okay. Feeling good about that so far. Next up is how you get the rockets into the rocket manufacturers. So this is going to be a full belt of explosives. And this is your master belt, which is going to need to run through here down by the engines. Because we need it to run back up and along all these turrets. Like, master belt needs to go like this. So, we can have a jog in it here. Or we can actually just pull it up to where this belt is. We can have this belt go down. We can have you go like this. Double inserters here, taking only iron. And they don't need any kind of limiter on them. And then this comes back up. And that's what feeds into 6 rocket assemblers. Why are you saving the rest of that sulfur? Or the rest of that carbon? What else do you need carbon for that you're forgetting? Nothing. I think you only need it for coal synthesis. If you only need it for coal synthesis, you could direct insert it. You consume 2.5. You make 1.6. You make 3.2 carbon. Oh, you're going to need to expel excess carbon too. No, it's fine. You put it on the main belt. Oh, but that's why you need it on a belt in the first place. That's why you need it on a belt in the first place. Then do this instead, actually. I think you're overthinking this a little bit. So you are going to get connected to this belt. You are going to read the amount of carbon on it. And you're going to be enabled when carbon is greater than, let's say, 40. So this belt's only ever going to have carbon on one side of it. What were you thinking? You're going to grab it, and then if there's any carbon overflow, you get dumped in here. You don't need this. Because instead you can go like this. And that join works fine because coal's already going to be on the outside of the belt. So that's going to put sulfur on the inside of the belt. Yeah. And then that's your coal and sulfur. Explosives go on both sides. They get turned into rockets. And the reason you wanted to slide those over is so that you could jam the rockets as far up as possible. And I guess there's not really anything stopping you from just making 3 more rocket factories. You don't have the materials production to sustain that, but you could have that many if you wanted. So you can now come all the way up to here. Actually, you don't need to come up that far. You can go to here. So that puts iron and explosives on that belt, which allows them to get turned into rockets. Rockets get taken out. You can do a little bit of belt decoration here, just to queue up more materials to get used in this project. And then you can do the same thing over here. This is just going to let you buffer rockets on belts. And then you would come back up. And go like this. We would have a stack inserter here. Is ammo supposed to go on the outside? Yes, but this looks broken. This doesn't currently work. I need to come back and revisit that. No, asteroids go on the outside. Asteroids are going to be on that side. Which means that we would do one of these to put you onto the inside. And you would be enabled anytime rocket is less than like 600. So that's how rockets get onto the main belt. Go ahead and slim the ship down a little bit. Although who knows how it's going to work out back here. You guys can basically sit right here. And you can feed directly into this thing because we're not going to need molten copper to go anywhere else. This is master belt. So you're going to need a copper ore crusher and a calcite crusher. And then your wire needs to go into these assembly machines. You also, these could go over on this side as well. Because they only need to pick up iron off the belt, and that's it. So they can actually just eat directly off the belt. Oh, these also need explosives. Oh, I completely forgot. Yeah, how are you going to do that? I think you're going to need to use a splitter. Yeah, how are you going to get him out of there? This is really, if you really map these explosives out, 0.1. You do make 0.5 per second. Yeah, maybe you have. You make 2. Yeah, no, that looks right. How are you gonna get explosives off of this thing? Do you want to just belt explosives? Because you could. You could. Alright, fine. I have no idea how well this is gonna work, but I guess we'll find out. So you're going to be enabled if explosives, which are an intermediate product and should be here. Right, final search. Explosives are less than 200. And then we'll have them on the belt so that the railgun assemblers can actually pick them up. Main belt is going to come through like this. You take 3 products. How long does this need to be symmetrical? Grab from here over here. It's at the second squiggle, so right here. That's my line of symmetry. Ideally, I can fit all of my constructions into that for the railgun ammo, which looks like it should be really easy. And I think the other thing that I might want to do here, copy you, paste you here. You have 4 of those. You would go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then you wouldn't use filters on any of these. And that's going to be your section for if you need to reprocess random stuff on the asteroid belt. Go ahead and do it. I think having that on the other ship has worked really well. So the only question is, well, there's a lot of questions still. I guess question 1 would be, how do you want to do the crusher setup? And the easy way would be to just do this, where you have a belt that comes through here. You would do advanced oxide. Your only valid target can be calcite. You would be in charge of taking out ice and oxide asteroid. And then you would be in charge of taking in asteroid. And then you would be You're going to have to be advanced metallic. That's the only way that we get copper ore. But that means that iron ore is going to be a waste product. How did you get damaged again? So iron ore is going to be a waste product for you. And I don't have a way to get you back into this machine, or do I? I do. You can go like this if, for some reason, you ever run out of iron ore. You can have an inserter that runs like this, but iron ore is still going to be waste product. So you need to set yourself a couple reminder splitters here, or reminder inserters. Ice is going to be waste product eventually. Carbon is going to be waste product. Iron ore is going to be waste product. You will need dedicated inserters to filter this out. Actually, 3.2 iron per second. 16. No, iron production is too important. I don't want to leave it reliant on that. Let's also get you in so that you're handling that. And then you can also have another one of these. So that's going to take care of your copper ore. You're going to then have 10 of these running, and they need explosives, steel, and copper wire. 1, 2, 3, you need 5 copper wire per second. You make 12. That's not going to be any problem. You're going to sneak out like this. Not sure if bulk inserter is necessary, but we'll use it anyway. And then you'll just go underground here quick. You're going to have explosive on the belt. You're going to have a railgun manufacturer come and sit over here. And what if you make 16 of it? Because you have extra space to give. And then you still have room for ammo like here. So you're going to snake around like that. You need to take steel off the belt. And then you'll also have copper wire. So that works. I'm definitely overbuilding production here. But I'm overbuilding production with the mindset that resources will buffer while this ship is not in motion. And as resources buffer, I will be able to use that extra amount of production. So it's okay. Then you're going to have to output down here at the bottom. There's no getting around it. You're going to come down here and join. And then you're going to come back here, and that's going to be the stack inserter that puts you onto the belt. I wish there was a way to make this more compact. This is just a lot of wasted inserter space here, but I can't really think of a way to do it. In general, there's a lot of wasted space on this ship, but they can't all be perfect. I also don't think I'm going to need that water pipe. You're going to come down like that, because that matches this over here. You're going to come down like this. Well, I can get you to look similar. I can employ the same squiggle. Right? I can do this. So now it at least looks the same as over here. And then I can move you over so that you're adjacent to the belt. So both these sides match now. And then I can have ammo production like here. Ish. We'll figure that out. But that'll work. This is a lot of wasted space, though. I need to figure out if there's something better that I can do there. This is also a little annoying for wasted space. As is this. It's definitely not as compact as the ship that we built up here. But I think it looks okay. You could actually fit a line of those in there. I don't immediately know what that does for you. No, wait, I do know what that does for you. Because that's your master belt. And you're going to have iron on the master belt. So this is where you take iron off. Add some squiggles for extra buffering. And then you'll output on the back. Down to about here. And then you'll have a belt T into that. And then you'll need to figure out how you get your copper wire back in. No, wait, I see how you get the copper wire back in. You straighten this section. And then you give it a little underground. And then you go under here and up here. You come up here. And do a little something like that. So, this is master belt. Yeah. This is going to be what controls the amount of railgun ammo that's allowed onto it. Railgun ammo less than 600. Read all. And then you're going to be firearm magazine less than 600. Read all. So there's annoying empty space at the back part of the ship, but that should be all of the production that you need. And then you've got these funky little gull wings, but you also have all of this space down here for turrets, which you shouldn't need a ton of. The sides of the ship should not be that vulnerable. Oh, but also you're going to need solar down here too. This is going to be where a lot of your initial startup solar power comes from. So why don't you go like this? And then where's my next closest rocket launcher turret? Up here. I don't think you're going to need many down here. You just want enough to cover the engines. So one rocket turret. Can I get it further in? Not quite. Not quite. Yeah, I guess you could get one like here. But then you're not going to be symmetrical over here. Can you get it to be further out? Like, what would be symmetrical with this? Here? No, back one. Like, here? One more down. Here. Here. I think those are symmetrical and they cover the engines. So you'll have something like that. And then you'll have gun turrets that can't actually go out that way. Also, how are you getting the fuel down to the engines from here? You've left yourself a little bit of space. You're gonna need to run them through here. And then also through here. You might need to push them all the way out to here. Yeah, you got to figure out where those are going to fit in before you get much further on this project. It's going to be a bigger problem than you realized. A much bigger problem than you realized, actually. Nah, you can belt weave. You can go like this. and then like this. This can go underground. This can go down like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're not going to be able to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No fancy compacting the belt for you there. And this is oxidizer. Okay. So that feeds these two. That feeds these two. And I think you're just going to copy and paste it down. You need to manually feed oxidizer into that one. Like that. That's oxidizer into all your engines. Now, do fuel. Which is this pipe. You're going to need to send it along the rockets. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9. You'll fit here. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It needs to go there. That's going to be inconvenient for me. You're going to go here instead. And then you're going to need to go here. And down to here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nah, it's going to have to go here. And go here. And then here and here. And here. To plug in like that, but then also up like this. And across like this. So it's ugly. But it connects. You could even run more engines than that if you want, but I don't think I want to, because I don't need the ship to go fast. I just need it to live. Also, I've decided I don't like you. Also, I've decided that right here is a great opportunity for some of the belt purgers. There's just going to be a little nook in the side of the ship that it can use to yoink stuff off. Ice. Carbon. Enable if ice is ever greater than 200. So that's ice and carbon garbage disposal. Let's have a second one of these turret batteries. And then we'll add some texturing along the side of the ship. Copy these over to here. Make this same adjustment. Something like that. You are going to be iron ore garbage disposal. And then you're not going to be garbage disposal. But we are going to just let you sit there in case we need garbage disposal for something we didn't think of. So that's defense for the side of the ship. This can go. The only thing we should have left is defense for the back of the ship, in the off chance that something at the back of the ship gets attacked. Which should happen very, very infrequently, but it may happen, so you never know. Let's give you a healthy amount of gun turrets back here. You're never going to get things to be symmetrical back here, so don't even worry about it. Fill in potential gaps. So you don't get yelled at for having a donut ship. Give some additional support to these rocket turrets that are sitting way out at the end. You still don't look totally symmetrical. Why? What if you ignore them? You need the foundation to come out 3 from the right side of the engine. That's your square. Which means that you would want 1 rocket turret here. One here. And one here. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one. And you'd want the belt to come down like this. Which shouldn't really bother it too much. And then just have it come up there and back down. So I think that's the ship. I think this is our end of the solar system ship. Rocket turret coverage on the back engines looks good. Gun turret coverage on the back looks good. Make sure we get laser coverage back there too, so we can break up any of the smaller asteroids. You grab here. You grab here. I can't immediately think of anything I'm forgetting, so I think it's time to build. Actually, I can get you to be 1 narrower. Which is nice. Yeah, there you go. Sure. Oh, let's start building. No, you need solar still. You're going to need a very meager amount of solar to turn this thing on. And honestly, you may want a little bit of solar just as like fail-safe power. Stick it anywhere you can fit it for now. Because I'm sure there's things that you've forgotten to design on this ship. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. You have also forgot the brain of the ship. You need an accumulator, or a decider combinator, and a algorithmic combinator. And you should just copy that off of this thing because you already know how it runs here. So just find a place to fit this thing in. Bearing in mind that it needs to connect to the master belt. So like right here should be fine. And then how do you connect to the master belt? Red in. Reading all. Okay. I think we're ready to start building. Here goes nothing. 4,800 space platform foundation. The other thing that we're going to need. Why are you waiting in Navi so long? Did I not tell you to do anything? Pause thrust. Yeah, I guess not. Aquilo exports we need. Well, whatever. We'll just put it under Aquilo science. It's a lazy solution, but it'll do. 50 of these. Railguns you don't need to pick up. You can go get those above Aquilo. Fusion reactors, though, you do need. Take 4 of those. Take 12 of these. Take 10 of these. So you're going to go pick up my fusion reactor and fusion generator. You are going to request those via this is not the right way to do this, but whatever. So that's going to allow us to hopefully start that ship. Maybe. Also, why did my science die? Out of Volcana science? What's your problem? You're missing 1 repair pack. Well, go back to Novice then. I need to figure out how you keep getting damaged. You're slowing all of my shit down. That also takes Volcano science. That's not going to work. You need to do something that's Aquila science only. Or Gleba science only. I want to use up the ag science that's currently on the belt. So all we need to do now is wait for this gigantic ship to get built and then figure out what we've done wrong. There will certainly be stuff that we've done wrong. I just don't know what it is yet. Also, let's make sure we have enough space platform in storage, because 4,800 is a lot. You have 3,300. Are you overtaxing your Lachi drones? You are. Holy cow. You finally found the limits of your logistics drones. How about now? See if that keeps you moving. On the bright side, because the fusion reactor ships aren't water dependent, they shouldn't take nearly as long to start up. I hope, I think. Also, do you make decider combinators in your logistics network? No. You should probably go set those up. I think you have spare assemblers for it. You do. So you need decider combinators. Make these. If you have less than, they stack to 50. 50 times 40. And then you make constant combinators. If constant combinator less than 50 times 40. There you go. So now you can get those up to the space platform as well. You're generating power. Good. You're going to need to get a barreled fluoroketone up here too. How are you going to do that? You need to summon one of these to Naufis and then have it wait. Because you need to make barrels, and you need to send a ton of barrels up with it to get enough fluoroketone to kickstart that reaction in the first place. Are you making barrels currently? No. Okay. Well, you have more spare assembling machines. Empty barrel. Make if empty barrel less than 10 times 40. Request. Provide. Take these with you. Put them up here. Take these with you. Put them up here. And then we need to grab the barrels to send up. So rocket capacity is 200 for those. We're going to grab 20 stacks of barrels, and we're going to take 20 stacks of barrels over to Aquila. There's 6. Platform is being constructed well. Oh, you also need your output to get wired to something. There you go. Now you can actually tell the collectors what to grab. It's coming along. I really like the way this ship looks. I wish that I could have found a way to get the back half a little tidier. And in fact, I do see one thing I can do. Just to utilize the extra space that we have available. We can get a little bit of that going on. I also need to set priority for all these turrets. You only shoot huge anything. And you ignore unlisted. 6, 7. I don't think it should be possible for any huge asteroids to sneak past as long as the ship is in motion. If the ship is ever not in motion, it becomes very, very dangerous. Small. Everything. Ignore unlisted. There's a ton of laser damage up at the front. I feel very comfortable about that. There's a moderate amount to the sides. It's probably fine. But we'll see. Rocket turrets are only going to shoot big. Rocket turrets are definitely front-loaded, but the range on these is so big that I don't think it's going to make... Oh, never mind. There's 2 more here. Yeah, I think we're good on rocket turret coverage. Actually, it's a little concerning that we don't have any coverage on these sides. We just barely reach, actually. All right. And then gun turrets. You shoot medium. We're going to hope that that's sufficient. Other gun turrets. Yeah. A rocket turret that you missed. Gun turrets. And rear gun turrets. And side gun turrets. Should be good. All right, just keep summoning your stuff. Aquila Sojourner is the one that's waiting for us. Okay. Do I have my barrels ready yet? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I do. Let's go get these out to Aquilo. Deliver to Sojourner. And then prepare to deliver yourself to the Sojourner. So I'm just going to fill it up manually and bring it back. The fusion reactors don't actually destroy the fluoroketone. They just use it as coolant. We'll never lose any of it. So we just need to prime this reactor one time. You didn't leave any room for how you're actually going to get fluoroketone into the system. It's okay. you can destroy two of these generators, build the thing to unbottle the fluoroketone, and then you can put it back into the system. In fact, you could destroy just this generator. So you're going to need one assembly machine 3 up here. That does fill empty fluoroketone hot. And then has a pipe like that. And then has an inserter like that. And then takes out the barrels like that. And then we'll just put the last reactor in after it's full, and then we'll be done. Also, this thing is building quite quickly. I'm pleased by this. Down to just 2,300 space platforms left. Adding those extra 4 rocket silos really doing some work for us, I think. Which one are we flying over? Expeditioner? No, Sojourner. Yeah, you're flying the Sojourner. Okay. I don't know how I managed to look at that biolab, but okay. All right, off you go to Aquilo now. We'll give you another holding pattern circuit condition. That's just going to tell you not to go anywhere. You're going to fly through Gleba, and then you're going to stop off at Aquilo for us. Drop to Aquilo. And all this time, the Far Horizons is going to keep building. I really hope I haven't forgotten anything important on this. It feels like it came together very quickly, which is normally a bad sign. We are passing by Gleba now. We've got the long haul out to Aquilo to go. And then if we look at asteroid density for solar system edge, we're going to start running into a lot of huge carbonic. We're going to run into huge metallic, normal carbonic, huge oxide, metallic oxide, big oxide, almost no big carbonic, almost no big metallic. All right. I mean, it's only 100,000 kilometers. How bad could it be? Aquila's like 30. Unless the asteroid density gets way, way worse. I think we'll be all right. Like here we get 17 per minute big. But here we only get 9 per minute huge. So it's like 18 per minute big if they break in 2. It's only ever so slightly much more. Hopefully they break into 2. Do they break into 2 pieces or 3? Oh shit, maybe like 5. We'll figure it out. There's a lot of firepower on this ship. And it shouldn't go that fast. It should really trundle along because it's like twice as big as this thing with the same number of engines. But we'll see. This design actually ended up working really well. I like it. The more I look at it, the more I like it. We have very little dead space on it, which I enjoy a lot. And we somehow got it to be almost completely symmetrical. Am I ever gonna land? Oh, there we go. Okay, I thought I just got ejected into space for a minute. So, Aquila Sojourner, can you please send down all of your barrels? And then be ready to grab them out of here because you won't be able to hold them for very long. Yoink. Yoink. So you want to load this with hot fluoroketone, which you can steal from over here. You're going to need an assembly 3 and a piece of pipe and an inserter. And your construction bots. I just grab everything. So you sit here. You're going to output this into a chest. You're going to fill fluoroketone barrel hot. And you are going to insert out of that. Then we're going to send this back up. And we're going to head back to Novus. Thank you. Set you for our manual loading pattern. Deliver to Sojourner. Our ice platform's finally backed up, which is nice. Oh shit, I never switched over game audio? Oh no. Well, it's on now. Sorry about that. Here's your extra 10. As soon as you're built, you will also be going to the Sojourner. It just works away down here, man. We have plenty of fusion reactors. We have tons of railguns. We have lots and lots of fuel. Although, what are you out of right now? Lithium. Did we drain the lithium? No, we're still at 497. We're good. We're good. Wait for build animation to finish. Put away all your random toys. Deliver to Sojourner, and then we'll need to send up one more with ourselves on board. And we'll head back to go cram it into this thing, which is having extreme power issues. But we also kind of expected that. We did send a lot of solar panels up. So we could put a few more of those down. Temporarily. And then we're still waiting on 700 space platform, among other things. Once this fusion reactor kicks on, we're fine. I do think it takes a little bit of electricity to start it the first time. Currently trying to consume 92 megawatts of power. That's bad. That's pretty bad. We might have to shut some things off manually. We'll get it figured out. We could also just rip out all of the, like the laser turrets in stages. Like we can make a blueprint with the laser turrets, save it, use the deconstruction planer to remove all of the laser turrets, get that power back until the fusion reactor turns on, and then turn it back on again. There's solutions that we can pursue. Looking good, though. 646, and we are out. We have run out of space platform. But you're working as fast as you can. Actually, you're not. Now you can. And double the size of this. I want you to supply this way more than you are. There we go. That keeps you going. Get a little bit more solar in there. We can always send the excess down later. Yay! 100. Wait for animation. Travel the Sojourner. Spin your inserters around so you can ship science again. Off we go. Back to Novus. Fluoroketone in hand. While this thing continues to build out. I'm not sure why we don't have fusion generators yet. Those should have been shipped to the planet surface by now. Did you not pick them up? You didn't pick them up. Did you pick them up? You didn't pick them up. Why? Because you were just there. You've put them in chests that logistics drones can reach, right? Yeah, they're in storage chests. Oh, because you're not doing automatic requests on that rocket platform. Of course. You're going to have to go like that. Oh, and then it's out of logistics range. Oh, that's so bad. Hold on. You need to go back to Aquilo. I know you just left for Gleba, but you have to go back. Maybe I should just build a second rocket silo down there. Portable fusion reactor done. Let's just knock out the non-infinite tech so we can get them out of the menu. I don't think I'm going to build foundation or do any of that stuff, but... You're getting there. Are getting there. Oh, you forgot something here. You need steel and explosives taken off this build. Filter steel only. Filter explosives only. There you go. Drop me to Aquila, please. I forgot something very important. Oosh. I also think I'm just going to build a second rocket silo. You don't have enough stuff for it. You don't have enough stuff for it, you're right. Okay, well... Then your next solution would be this. The dumbest logistics finagle ever. Loading cryogenic science pack into a storage chest immediately in front of the rocket silo. And then going 1, 2, 3. And then bringing up. So now you can send all this stuff up. Why my personal drone? Oh, because you're probably out of ice platform. There you go. There you go. So now we just need to hitch a ride on Sojourner again, but this will run for as long as we need it to. Not having a second platform on the surface is pretty annoying. Although I guess what we can do is we can say don't automatically request travel to space platform and then turn auto request back on. But did you get everything you needed? You have 1 fusion reactor on board? No, you didn't, because you're still working on the rocket. Of course. Okay. We need to sit here and let the rockets build for a bit. And it's going to take a while. Unfortunately. Going to take like longer than I would prefer, but that's fine. While that runs, I do need to do just a little bit of Guild Wars 2 upkeep. So if you will excuse the... I mean, it's not like an AFK. I'll still be here. I just need to go do, like, spreadsheet work for 2 minutes. And what better time than while we wait for this rocket to build it? Can you see that? No. Good. Perfect. Need to enter all of the lottery winners or entries. Before I forget and the reset bot clears. That would be very sad for people involved. Rocket ready? No, not yet. Almost, though. Finish your animation. Travel to Sojourner. Auto request. Good. You now go to Novice. We don't need that circuit there. I would like you to be somewhat automated once I'm done riding you around like a ferry. Question is, can I be done with this by the time I get back to Novice? And I guess we'll find out. Currently, it's looking like a no, but maybe people didn't sign up very much on other teams. Holy cow, nobody signed up on HOJ. Alright, that saves time. 0 guilds running reset. Ooh, there's a ton of people. There's no shot. I'm only on Mosswood. I'll have to take a little bit of a longer AFK. We can at least drop to planet, though. We can start getting the fluoroketone, like, actually sent up to that new ship. Because it should be mostly done with shipments at this point. To go, I think. Yeah, 2 to go. And last one. Alright, good to go. 68 total people signed up for reset. That's crazy. World versus World very active today. So I need you, Sojourner, to send down all of this hot fluoroketone. Should be able to hold it and then some. Yoink. And then let's send all of that up to the Far Horizons Explorer. Just still waiting on 386 platforms, among other things. Did I bring cryoplants home with me? Oh, God. You're gonna need to have cryoplants. Rocket capacity 5, bring home 10. Do both of you run Aquila Science? You do. Okay, that's good. You need to run all requests satisfied. So I need this stuff back. I need this stuff brought home. Thank God you put it in a storage chest. You actually thought ahead. Oh, if we didn't have that in storage, that would have been messy. We would have had to go to Aquila again. Deliver you as well to Far Horizons Explorer. It is able to unload barrels. So that's good. It's able to get fluoroketone into this network. As long as there's fluoroketone in the network, then we can cool it. And as long as we can cool it, we can run the fusion reactors. So far, so good. Nothing catastrophic. But a long ways to go still until we actually have all of the parts necessary to spin this thing up for the first time. You're not going to run because there's no power. That's fine. That's expected. I actually can't even believe that this thing is running. Legendary quality done. Get a captive fighter spawner. down to 336 platforms needed. Aquilo doing its... I wonder if I actually might be able to soft lock Aquilo here if I'm not careful. Because what could happen is both of these ships could spend so much time waiting for requests to be satisfied that Aquilo can't build any more ships. I don't think I'll have that problem, because you should have a lot of rocket materials in storage still. But it is something that I need to be a little mindful of. Especially when you're sending up all these for the first time. Like, this is 2 rocket launches, this is 2, this is 2. That's only 1, to be fair. But I do need the planet to be able to launch about 7 rockets right now. Although I guess I could send Sojourner back. And you've got another 128 on board. I hope this ship works. It looks really good. If it doesn't work in like a significant way, like it doesn't have enough damage, I'm gonna be very sad. I guess we could always do research to fix those problems, but... Oh, and you never fixed this this shenanigans over here, did you? You didn't. How are you going to fix that? I think I see how you're going to fix it. You need asteroids to be on the outside. So that would be on this side. Which means... Oh. Yeah. You can go like this. And then you do railgun ammo. And then you are a long-handed inserter. And then you're a normal inserter. And then you're one of those. And then you need a filter. Holy cow. You need to filter on railgun ammo. That's important. And then you need a filter on railgun ammo. And then you don't need a filter. That, I think, should do it. And then way down here, railgun gets put on inner of the belt. Bullets get put on inner of the belt. Rockets get put on inner part of the belt. Steel gets put on outer part of the belt. Don't love that. I'm gonna change that. Steel gets put on inner part of the belt. Iron gets put on inner part of the belt. Iron still gets put on inner part of the belt. Explosives get put on inner part of the belt. And I don't think there's anything else that gets belted. Except carbon, but like carbon goes on outside of the belt and then it gets weeded out. So it doesn't really matter. You're not removing, you're not removing waste iron from this crusher. Or waste, metallic asteroid. So that's one more thing that could break. That is now fixed. I don't think I should have to filter this, but just in case I need you to be explicit, you take only copper. Either of you ready to come back yet? 3. You don't do this. Ignore that for now. Your 4th fusion reactor is coming. You have 196 low density structures. So the next rocket should be taking generators, cryo plants, power cells. That's good. I have bad news for you, though. I really wanted to try and get this done tonight. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this done tonight. It's 2:30 a.m. That's starting to push it. But, we are going to play this over the weekend for sure, so that we can finish it up. I'm going to go ahead and save here, though. It is past my bedtime, unfortunately, and as much as I wanted to knock this out tonight, it's just not going to happen. So, if you want to know when we're streaming Factorio next, it's going to be this weekend sometime, whenever I can find the time. There will be a Discord ping for when we play it. There is also the VODs channel if you want to catch up on older Factorio episodes or other episodes on the channel. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you around tomorrow or Sunday for wrapping up Factorio so that we can get started with something else next week. But until then, take care, enjoy the rest of your night, and have a good weekend.